All right, the fact that I'm due any day, I need to. My first baby didn't sleep through the night until she was 10 months, and I can't do that this time around. And I heard that you have a special trick to kind of help me. What is it?
Okay.
Are you sure you want to? This is like every mother's dream is to hear a special trick to get their kid to sleep.
Right. Okay. So once the baby's born at the hospital, and then come home, give the baby a little time to settle down, and then mommy's to settle down because mommy's in sort of pain and chaos and everything. So to let them settle
Hormones.
down. Yes. And then about a week old or so, and the baby is crying and eating here and there, and then pooping, sleeping, all kinds of things. And then about a week old, then you can start certain pattern of schedule. So
At a
time.
week?
Yes.
Okay, keep going.
Right. So again, that it's very flexible, but pretty stern and sturdy and consistent schedule. So how do you make that happen? Okay. So number one, that we go by physiological need. So the baby needs to have, the little babies they need to have every 2 to 3 hours of feeding. And so, but the problem is like when they eat, feeding every 2-3 hours, sometimes they want to eat every hour, every half an hour. Then what do we do? And then you kind of give a little bit more about an hour later, and then an hour later again they're feeding, and then mommy gets tired. The baby cannot sleep in between, good sleep. So what we have to do is we have to have a pattern so that the baby can eat on time and then sleep deep, solid sleep. How do you make that happen? After feeding the baby, usually the baby goes to sleep, right? But instead of putting down to sleep, just play with the baby.
Keep the baby up?
Keep the baby up.
But what if the baby falls asleep while breastfeeding?
You can, okay, so that's the next question, but I can answer that a little bit later. But you can keep the baby awake for about 15-20 minutes.
Okay.
I know that it's hard. This is what the parents are saying, that's the hardest part.
No, it doesn't matter. If I can sleep.
Yeah. How can I keep the babies awake? So I say this story that, okay, mommy feed the baby, and then if daddy or grandma around, then they take over the care. Actually, this is good because daddy can be involved with the child caring. So daddy takes the baby over, and then play with the baby, exercise, and just do something. Baby will stay awake. Definitely, baby will stay awake.
So 15-20 minutes as my goal is to keep the baby awake after feeding.
Awake.
Okay.
Then what happens is the baby gets so tired, yawning and cranky. I'm so tired. I want to go to sleep. And then this baby goes to very deep sleep for 1 hour.
1 hour?
Yes, 1 hour and go to sleep.
Because this is nap. This is just a nap.
Yeah, nap.
Okay.
Nap, right. Okay. So 20 minutes of feeding and about 20 minutes of staying awake. That's about 40 minutes.
Okay.
And then if you do burping here and there, it takes about 50 minutes, almost an hour to stay awake. Physiologically, if your baby stays awake for that long, baby has to go to sleep longer and deeper. So you don't have to rock the baby the whole hour to put the baby in sleep.
Okay.
Just leave them alone. They will definitely have a good sleep. So when baby wakes up, now this is where your question will be answered, that how do you do that when babies keep going to sleep? Okay. The reason why the baby goes back to sleep when you're feeding is because baby is not fully awake yet. So after 1 hour of sleeping, then you have to wake the baby up. So wake him up, wake her up. So from sleeping stage to awake stage takes about 2-3 minutes, but you have to bring the baby up to wakeful stage. You can do that. It means you cannot feed during that time.
Okay.
Although the baby cries like crazy. But you have to wait until the baby is fully awake. How do you know that? This baby's eyes are wide open, looking for food. And that's the time that you can feed. Don't worry about it. He's not going to have any psychological damage. Okay. So, and then once the baby's awake, then it's easier to feed, and the baby would not go back to sleep right away. So that way, the baby can eat better because he's wide awake. Not like halfway sleep and eat, but fully awake and eat. So he's sucking everything. So he or she can eat well, and because she stays awake and then eat well, and then she'll stay awake another 20 minutes.
This makes sense.
Yeah,
I get
and
it.
then when you add all up, like every 2-3 hours, the baby stays awake 20 minutes extra. If you add them up, then towards the end, it's about 3-4 hours. That's what makes the baby sleep through the night, because it's so tired at night. So we can make.
I'm doing this.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard, but I'm gonna do it.
Yes, try it. But
I might be calling you.
okay. Now, when you look at this whole picture, who's in charge?
The baby.
Baby was, but now that baby's
okay.
not in charge anymore.
Yes.
So, mommy and daddy in charge. Why? Because mommy feeds the baby, but not right away. But mommy wakes him up and then feeds the baby, and then after that, the baby wants to go to sleep, but daddy said no, you stay awake. Okay, and then 20 minutes later, maybe baby doesn't want to go to sleep, but you put the baby down. But because he's so tired that he'll sleep. And then sometimes baby wants to sleep longer, you wake him up because it's during the daytime.
Yeah.
Okay, so wake him up and then feed the baby. So you are in charge. You're leading. This is like one step ahead of baby. But a lot of mothers out there, they are one step behind the baby. That's a problem.
That's true. It is true.
When they cry, feed.
Mm-hmm.
And they sleep, tired, sleep. So who's leading whom? The baby's leading mom, and it's going the wrong way.
Guilty.
And then the baby will sleep through the night and then make everyone happy.
All right, second time's a charm, or I think it's the third. Whatever. I'm going to try the second time, and I'm excited to get a life. Because I feel like my daughter did control our sleep, our life for the first 10 months, and so thank you for that tip. I am definitely using it.
10 months is okay, but keep going. Sometimes it's some parents are used to that, and then that same sort of pattern continues on. So this is what I see, like when they're older. Come on, Charlie, it's time to go to sleep. 5 years old. He's watching TV. Time to go to sleep. Instead, a lot of people say that, are you tired? Do you want to go to sleep? Instead, you have to say, time to go to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, my daughter is 7 to 7 since she was 10 months old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's how we make. So it's not trick or magic.
No, that's magic.
But it is actually we're using the physiology. That's it. So it's a very natural way. And then, by the way, nighttime, forgot to mention that. Nighttime starts from 10 o'clock, no more playing. Eat, burp, and sleep.
Eat, burp, sleep.
Yeah, and then until when? Until baby wakes up.